All right, good afternoon, everyone. And I want to especially welcome you all to this to Tech Immersion Day 2. And then we started Tech Immersion since yesterday, where we were able to look at Django, using get request method in Django. And today is another aspect of tech, and we'll be looking at CSS today. And then we have someone that will be, showing us one or two things regarding Flex box and then the flex item. So he is an expert in the field. He has been working on it for a couple of months now, and I'm more than happy to have him here to show some couple of things, and then to show some in-depth thing regarding understanding flex box, understanding flex items, and then understanding some manipulations that we can do on all these containers, all these elements. So I'm really glad to have him amidst us today in person of Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel, can you say hi?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, rather.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. So you are welcome. So we are really delighted to have you amidst us this afternoon. So without wasting time, you can quickly do your introduction and then begin with the project. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
As my coordinator said, I'm Emmanuel Odunayo, and thanks for having me this afternoon, rather. So, if you have to look back from the beginning of our class, we see that we've been talking about static web design like that. So we are taking us to a new feature, or let me say a new topic that we'll be discussing today, which we have been told FLEXBOX in CSS and the flex items. Now, why do we need to flex our web work? Why do we have to go, or why did they even come up with the word flex in CSS? So we see that to avoid, to make our work more beautiful and more appropriate in multiple screens, so they come up with the idea of flex. So because we know that by the time we are building our system up, it is always stacked one upon the other. So, and when we are stacking our work up like that, it is only in for mobile view. So, but now let us now assume that we have a much wider screen that is bigger, or let me say wider than a mobile. So how will the content of our design looks like in such environment? So this is what brought us to the aspect of flexing. So we flex anything that is more than that. By the time we are putting it in a mobile, it won't be shrinking. It will maintain its width and height. So let's assume that you have given a container 20 pixel, width of 20 pixel, maybe height of 20 pixel, and they are, let's say they are beside each other. Let's just assume they are beside each other. If we are to view such a web page, are we together? If you are to view such a web page in a mobile, we see that the size will shrink. In a mobile, the size will shrink. So this morning, we will be dealing with flex, the flex items, and probably we may also have a flex container. So we start fully now. So if you look at this, these items has been flexed, and also they have been flexed wrapped, to the extent that if I should minimize this, instead of them shrinking, they will just, some section will come down. One will be on top, the others will be below it. Let's just look at it this way. You see now. So they maintained their width and their height. So that is the logic, or let's say that is the idea behind flex. So this is what we want to replicate now. So follow me as we journey in this. So I'm creating a new HTML file. I will call it flex.html. Oh, sorry, I already have a file named that flex, so I will call it flex2.html. I save, then I will bring in my HTML snippet. Then what will be the title of this? I will call it flex. I call it flex. Okay. Then I start my work in proper. What do I need? Now, the first thing, I want to create a div. I want to create a div that will contain everything that is here, both the text and the boxes. So I will call that div main. So I press my enter key. Then this text that you are seeing here, welcome to Ima Home of Design, and under it your number one design vendor, design home. So I will create a div for it also. So I will call that div header, so that by the time I'm designing, I'm styling it, I will be referencing each class. So dot header. So in my dot header, what do I have? I have my h1. Welcome to Ima Home of Design. You can be following me anywhere you are watching from, so that we'll be on the same page. Then my paragraph. So the H1, as you have known, is the largest font, even though we can also increase it if we want by the time we are styling it. You understand? So that is that your number one design center. Yep, that's that. Then this div now has housed my text. Then I move on to the boxes. I have 4 boxes. Then what do I do? You know, initially I said, if you are to create it like this, what will happen is that without our flex, everything will just stack up. You will see it as we proceed. Let's go on. So again, I need another div for my boxes. And the boxes are 4. So the first one, I will call it the container. So in my container, I will now have another div. I call that hero. Then in my hero, I will now have my 4 boxes. Box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. But if you look at these boxes very well, you will see that they are in different sections. We have image at the top, we have text down. Then we now have another image, circled one in the middle. So in this my class of hero, I will be having another. So this class of hero is a single box. This one box that contain an image, a text, and this circle, that is one hero. So I will have another inside that hero. I now have my image. I have my image. I have that inner circle. So I call it dot inner. So I have another div there, which is called text. So I call that one div of text. So automatically, I've created for the first box, remaining 3 boxes. So because of our time, I will just copy this the whole of hero. If I copy it, Control C, then I press my enter, I paste it with Control V, making 2 boxes. I press enter again, Control V, making 3. I press enter again, Control V, making 4 boxes. I've created 4 heroes inside div of container. Are we together? Okay. Okay, let's move on. So these are all what I need. So the next thing now is just for me to what? To style it up. And also for my text, okay, let's just use this Lorem ipsum, Lorem. Yes, let me use Lorem for it. So I can just copy this. I can just copy the Lorem, copy, Control C, then and paste it in the rest of in the places where I also have class of text. So I come here, I press my Alt down, then I click in the second place, still holding my Alt, click in the third place, and then click press my Control V. So that's another shortcut whenever you want to run you want to maybe delete many things at a time, or you want to paste many things at a time. Just click your Alt key, then after you've copied whatever you want to copy, then you go to your, then you do the necessary stuff, copy, paste, or you want to delete multiple stuff like that. So then I come to my title in between my head for my styling. So styling, so I put my style. So then I will now use my my general, or we call it universal selector, which is the asterisk. So this helps us to group everything together. So I use my padding of 0, margin of 0, then box sizing of border box. Then I come down. Also here, we may also declare our font family. Here, we can also declare our font family, the font family that we decide to use. But because of our time, let's just rush through things. Are we to get okay? So I will have my dot section. Then here, the first thing here is either I go with main, or I just go straight to my class of header. So the dot main, the class of main, if I'm to style it, I will just use dot main. But okay, let's just put it there, dot main. And what will we give this one? We give it background color of what? Orange. Sorry if you don't like orange. I so much love orange. Then we give it height of what? Let's say 60 viewport height. So let's run our this thing. Let's run what we have been doing since. Open with live server. Then you see everything now. That before, even this how everything looks like. Even on mobile, if we open our this thing, if we are to send this the URL out and someone open it on their phone, it will actually looks like this also. But initially in our intro, we said because the screen of our phone is not that wide, so if we are to view things from a desktop and we are viewing it from a phone also, there must be differences. Because if you are to view, if you are to use the same the default size, the normal flow, as it is before styling, so we see that we will be straining our eyes to see what is in a wider screen compared to what we have in a mobile. So let's now go. So here now, the next header, let's just leave it at this. The next header, the next div I'll be dealing with is dot header. and the dot header houses my H1 and my P dot header. Okay, sorry, dot header. Then for the dot header, I can also include my background color of what. Background color of what can I use? Let me use aqua. You see the color has changed. Then I can use my text align of center. Then you take it to the center. You get it? Then I can leave this one like this. I can leave this like this. Then go to my, then go to my another this thing. So which is class of container. So I can just press my this thing, then say dot container. Then this container too, I might decide to give it background color, but don't let us go to that side again. Let's just start our styling with height of what? Let's give it height. You know, the first one is a div. This one also, we might give it its own background color. Okay, let's even give it background color. Let's add a background color. So we will see what we are dealing with, which is both this one, the orange that you are seeing is for the whole thing. The aqua that is on top is for the div of header. This background color you want to give is just for the container, not the whole. If you listen earlier, when we are dealing with flex, we have the flex container and the flex item. By the time we get there, you will still understand more. So let's put this one to be what? To be white. Then we give it a height of let's say 50 viewport height. Then, oh, sorry, I don't close this. Yes. Do you see now? You will see that we still have our orange below. You understand? The orange is still below. Then, if we fill this on a large screen, this is what we have. This is what we will have. Then let me refer back to my normal screen. Then I come to, so, you know, we are dealing with flex. Then we go to what we call display. Then want to give it a display of flex. Want to give it a display of flex. Now, if you look at this thing very well, you see that it has break it into 4 for me already. That is the power of flex. That is what? The power of flex. It has break it immediately for me as I gave it a display of flex. Now, the beautiful part of it is that as I split it like this into 4, I cannot feel it on my mobile like this. If I'm to feel it like this on my mobile, it will shrink up. It will shrink. The size, the height and the width of these things will come together. It will come together. So for us to avoid that shrinking, that is why they now introduce what we call flex wrap. You see that if if you look at it very well now, you see that compared to the wider screen, as I reduce the screen like this, the length, the height, and the width of these boxes, it reduces. The width reduces, but there is an increase in the length, if you are following me well. So, but now let's introduce our this thing here, our flex wrap. Our flex wrap. Our flex wrap. Oh, sorry. A flex wrap of wrap. So let's first centralize this. Justify content of center. Oh. Align item of center. No, sorry. Okay. Align item of center. So if we have to fill this again, you see that it just comes down like this. It comes down. Then what do we do? Let's pick our hero. Let's pick our hero dot hero. Let's say the background color. Let's give it a margin of, sorry. Okay. Margin of 3 pixels. What can we use? Let's use width. Width of what? Let's use width of. Let's use width of 200. Then we have our height of for each, that is for each boxes. Height of, okay, sorry. Height of 3. Height of 300 pixels. Then we close this. So okay, 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 okay. Now you now see that our text is occupying the upper part of this thing. Then this is where we'll now be bringing in our image, the image from our dot image and then dot inner. This is where we bring them in. This is where we bring them in. This is where we bring them in. Then we come to dot image. Dot image. Then we say, instead of background color, we use background image. What do I want to use? RL of. So before you start, you'll have copied or downloaded whichever you wanted to do. Download the images you want to use into the file, into your HTML file that you've created or that you still created. So I'm using this for this one. Background position of 0. Yes, sorry. Background position of 0. Background repeat. So, okay, sorry. Background repeat of no repeat. Then I have my background size of cover. Then what will now be the height of my distance? So the height now, for us to do it well, the height will be the half of my hero. You understand? The height will be the half of my hero. So what is the height of my hero is 300 pixels. So I will use half for the image and use the other half for the text. Then I will give my hero position of relative, then give this my circle position of absolute, so that it will behave as if it was not there. So I will give this one height of what? Of 150 pixel. That's 15. 150 pixel. Now, look at. Now, the reason why you see that we only did for one and it gave everything the same, it gives them the same picture. If you want it this way, so, but if you want it to give it them different images, we just go back to our HTML, sorry. Then in our class of image, where we have image, we just change the name of each. I can call this one, I can just leave this one at image, then call this one image 1, call this one 2, inner 1, call this one image 2, call this one inner 2, call this one image 3, call this one image inner 3. Then our text will remain the same. So we'll come back here. We'll come back to this place. You see that our work for this side now is done, even though it is not done properly. But let's just leave it at this. We can still come back for our that's our text, and just give it, maybe we just want to change the background color, want to change the font size, we want to change the color from black to any color that we want. You understand? So, but we now come to our inner dot inner dot inner, yes. So how do you want to do? So let's just copy this and paste it here. Then we change. Then for our inner, we have to give it the same height, the same width. Then we now give it a border radius to make it circle, border radius of 100, width of 60 pixel, border radius. Okay, border radius of 100%. Now, where is it? Can we see? So if you look at it, it is behaving, it is occupying its own space, which is not supposed to be. So what do? We now give our arrow, position of relative. We give this position of absolute. Then you see now, it is behave. So now we can move it around, and it will behave as if it was not initially here. So what do? I put my left. Okay. My left of 0. My right of 0. My top of -40. Let me see how it places it. Okay. Moving far above. Then go right. So giving it margin auto, that is space between my left and my right, should be auto, so it will help me to centralize it. So after it has centralized it like that, let's just work on our text. Let's work on our text. So, and actually this one too, I can change the background color that is there, the image rather. So my dot text, I have, so Let me change the background color to purple. Then the height should be what? The height should be okay. Let me give it position of top. That's minus. Instead of going top, just come down a bit. 20 pixel. No. Okay, I give it relative. That's relative that was there. So it should come down. Yes, can still come down a bit. Can still come down a bit so that it won't cover. No. What did I do? 320K. I want to use 30 pixel. Okay. Let me say the color is white. Let's use color as white. Okay. So I can change the font size to let's say 18 pixel. Okay. So because of the okay. So what do I just have to do here? I can just to make here now I can just remove my background image that it is not there again. So then this one too, I can just take my background image away that it is not there again. So I will now be having this. That is my text for my text. Okay. So what do I need to do at this point? I can just copy the whole of this. Because of our time, I can just copy the whole of this. Control C, then come here, paste it again, paste it again, paste it again. So I've pasted 3 now. So this will be 3, text.3, inner 3, image 3. This will be text 2, inner 2, image 2, text 1, okay, image 2, text 1, inner 1, image 1. Image of 1, this is 11. Okay. So because of our width, if you notice very well, we still are because of our height, because of our height and our width, you see that we still have some text below. So what do? We can just reduce our text, or we increase either the width or the height of our boxes. So, but instead of doing that, we have elengidi. So we can just come to our where do we have elengidi? Okay, I think this is it. Then I click here, I hold my Alt, I click here, I click this, I click this, then I hold my Shift, then and I use my arrow key to take it back. Then I continue. Then I backspace, I delete it. So here now, there's no text below this. So if you look at it now, we can also come to the welcome to this to Himalaya, blah blah blah. Then remove the background, this thing, and let it be the main background that we have given our this thing, the normal background. So this is the work. But now look, it shrinked up. Why? It's because we've not given it a flex. We did not give it flex. So we flex our work. Display of flex. Flex direction, colon. Flex wrap. Flex wrap. Oh, hero. Sorry. I'm going to container flex wrap of this. So this is our work. This. So I said something on the text the other time. You can come to our text. Okay. So you see that our this thing has been centralized. So, and if you look at it very well, you see that without any stress, when the width of the screen reduce, so because we have flexed it, and that because we have wrapped it, and that wrapping help us to maintain our initial width and height that has been given to our container here and the items. So because we have wrapped them, so by the time the screen reduce, they too, they did not reduce their screen, their sizes. So instead of them reducing, so they will have to come down. So if we reduce this further, if this is reduced further, you see that we have 3 here. So we just have, it will now be 2, 2. If you reduce further, it will be 2, 2. You get? So this is how flex work. So it helps our website or our web page to look more attractive. And also, if it is to be if we are to view it from a smaller screen also, so you see that we don't need to strain our eyes before we can see the content of our web page. So next time we'll be dealing more, we'll be going more, because if you look at the one, we can just add a little bit of styling offering to it so that this thing I've covered my this thing. Okay, I'm coming. So yes, so you can just add a little bit of effect to it. Look at this one now. So even if you move away your cursor, it will look as if there's nothing there. But if you just bring your cursor to the center, you see that there's actually text there. There's a text here. And if you look at this one, there's display. This one too can display that the inner circle. So all this thing is step by step. Just take your time, go through it. So you see that they are very simple and it's something that you yourself you can do. You understand? So next class, maybe we will touch on the effects, the offering effects. And okay. Before we go, let me change. We are still having the same images for all. So let me change the images. Yes, let me change the images. So background, actually, I'm going with nature this afternoon. So that's why you are seeing waterfall. Yes, that's why you're seeing waterfall this afternoon. So might use another thing. So let's use this for this. Then we change this to 3. Then for 2, we use this. Okay. Do we have any other this thing? Let me check whether we have another okay, sorry. Gotcha. Okay. 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 I think that is for the 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. 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 That's for the 4. Okay. These are the same thing. So actually, that's how you will just run it. So if you don't want the image to be the same, so you can just give them different div name, div div 1, div 2, div 3, div 4, depending on the amount. So if you are able to do this one, you say that you can be able to replicate this in another section. You can be able to replicate it in another section. So bit by bit, then you make up your web page. Thanks so much for having me this afternoon. And I believe you grab, if not all, part of what we have discussed this day. See you in our next class. Take care.
All right, thank you very much, Sam, for coming around. I think we have been able to get a lot of things regarding Flex. Okay, so we've been able to see what Flex is actually doing, as Flex helps us to place the items side by side, and then we understand. So, but quick one, can you just, we've seen Flex in action. So can you just explain what, we were supposed to explain the Flex box and then the Flex items. Okay, now can you just, explain a bit what Flex items are, the Flex item? You've not really talked about Flex item itself.
Okay, sir. I'm coming, sir.
And then I don't know from others if there's any question you want to ask him regarding the things he has done, the likes of Mr. Melumi, Ms. Denisola, Mr. Shei. I don't know. You can begin to gather your questions so he can help us answer it regarding what he has done on this place or regarding any aspect of CSS that we might need a little light on. So he's an expert in it. He should be able to, come up with something for us that will be appeasing to our ear and that would solve maybe a problem that we have been dealing with regarding tech or a problem we've been having regarding CSS, or, it might not even be related to Flex, maybe, the absolute positioning, the grid and the likes. So, but my own question that I want to ask him is to, shed more light regarding Flex items, because you've not really talked about what Flex items are. I've seen the FLEXBOX, whereby the FLEXBOX is the container, but how about the Flex items? So, and then the rest,
Okay.
let's gather our questions.
So, Flex items. I'm coming. Let me just you can just Flex items. Flex items are elements that are, let me say, direct children of a Flex container. Let's say this our okay. Let's say this our container. This our container. Let's use this first box as our container. So if it's our container, then everything that is in here, they are items. Our first image, the normal rectangular image, the circular image, and our text, they are all items inside our container, the Flex container. So that's why I'm coming. Yeah, that's why it is always our container that we are giving the wrap, so that whenever, so not our arrow, not our the images, but our container. So our container will contain, will control the items inside of it, no matter how many they are. So the Flex container is just this whole box of the first, this whole first image that contains image, circle, and text. So the image, the rectangular one, the circular image, and the text are the flex items. Am I able to satisfy your question, sir?
Okay, so if I'm guessing you correctly, sir, you said like this the first box now is if the first box is has been given a display of flex, so that means the items that are inside of it, they are now all the elements that are inside of it has
All the
automatically
elements
become
inside,
a flex item.
yeah, flex items. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So if I'm also to get you right, so that means these 4 containers now, they are inside a container. I don't know the name you've given to it, but
exactly.
That means this item individually now, like the first box, the second box, the third box, the fourth box, they are also what we call flex items. Why? Because they are inside a main container that has been given a display of what? Of flex. Yeah, I think I got that. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I don't know, from the rest, do we have any question for Mr. Emmanuel?
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel.
Okay.
All right,
Can you?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you're welcome on board, sir.
Can you help me readjust your web page? You know, you are using Chrome, right?
Not really Chrome. It is Edge.
Okay, anyone, help me reduce the view of your screen. Reduce it to a small set. Okay, okay. So this, let's say, for example, if this is a mobile view, this is how it will appear, right?
If this to be a mobile view, it won't appear like this because mobile is not as wide as this. This is the minimum screen of this. You know, I'm using a system. So if it is to be a mobile phone, it will come 1, 1, 1, 1.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I worry about the codes that will make it appear when it is on mobile view. Can I see the code, sir?
The what?
Is it the same code? What are we going to input into our code so that our phone will recognize it that this thing is being checked on the mobile, so that for it to adjust itself?
Okay. You are taking it to at media screen, right?
Yes, sir.
I think at media screen we actually work with Flex Wrap.
Okay.
Are we together?
Can we see? Do you have the code here?
No. I
Or
don't put the code. I don't put it at all.
Okay.
Do you get me? Hello, Mr. Makino.
I understand you. I get you now.
Yes. I don't put it. I don't put it at all.
I think, sorry to come in. I think if I get this question, he's talking about a code that should make it responsive. You know, when we are dealing with responsive design, we are looking at the aspect of making it respond to different screen sizes. So whether you are opening it on your mobile or on your, on your laptop, on your tab, on your TV, on your watch, and all those things. You want something, a design, want to create something that's going to respond and know that, okay, this is a smaller screen, give it something that fits this screen. So I think the idea of Flex, using Flex generally, has already helped us to deal with the issue of responsiveness. Okay, so when we're talking about Flex Wrap, generally, it has helped us to deal with the issue of responsiveness so that when you open it on different screens, the way it wraps so that it can give them a good view also when on their mobile phone. So I think is there any other question before we call it a day? Our time is really fast spent. Do you have any other questions as we begin to round up now? All right, so there's no question. All right, so sorry for that. So I just want to appreciate everyone. Thank you everyone for coming around for Tech Talk, Tech Immersion Day 2. The Tech Immersion will continue tomorrow, where we'll be bringing you more things regarding tech. It might be CSS, it might be Django, it might be data analysis, it might be Python, it might be Dart, you know, it can be C, it can be Swift, it could be Kotlin, you know. So we'll be bringing a lot on board regarding tech immersion, and that's all for today. And I want to really appreciate everyone for coming around. Till tomorrow, we meet again. So thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you for coming around for today. We really appreciate you. We are not taking it for granted. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day ahead. Goodbye, sir.
And you too, sir. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me, sir.
Yes, sir.